Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Alleged top-tier Antoinette Gardens gangster arrested in cassava peas. An alleged top-tier gangster from Antoinette Gardens in St. Andrew was arrested in cassava peas section of the parish on Tuesday. It is understood that about 5 p.m., the man was traveling in a motor vehicle along with a female companion when the vehicle was stopped by members of the St. Andrew North Police. A search was conducted by the lawmen and an illegal firearm was found. The man and the woman were both taken into custody and are expected to be charged. 3 shot 2 fatally in Westmoreland. 3 people were shot 2 fatally at George's Pin in Westmoreland on Monday night. The deceased have been identified as 46-year-old Ryan Williams, otherwise called Bad Cooley, and 26-year-old Tedward Chase, otherwise called Teddy, both laborers of the community. The injured woman is being treated at hospital. Reports from the police are that about 9:45 p.m., the woman was sitting on her veranda while Williams and Chase were sitting at the front of the yard having a conversation. Shortly after, loud explosions were heard coming from the front of the yard and all 3 individuals ran in separate directions. When the shooting subsided, it was discovered that the female received gunshot wounds to her groin and left eye, Williams to his abdomen, while Chase received multiple gunshot wounds all over his body. The police were summoned and upon their arrival, the 3 victims were transported to hospital, where Chase and Williams were pronounced dead. No motive has been established for the shooting. Antoinette Cardenas to be buried June 17 in St. Mary. The late former Fireband talk show host and attorney at law Antoinette Cardenas will be laid to rest on Sunday, June 17, at the Supreme Church in Highgate, St. Mary. A Thanksgiving service was held for her on May 16 in Philadelphia, United States, where she had spent her days in exile. A small gathering of friends and family attended the service, where her son spoke fondly of her. The remains of the controversial St. Mary native will be interred in the Horton family plot in the community of Martin. Horton was the only daughter of the late Ken Horton, former politician and president of the All-Island Cane Farmers. She shot to national prominence in the 1990s as a controversial talk show host who championed the rights of the vulnerable. Then in 2002, she helped launch the new, defunct political organization, the United People's Party. However, Horton Cardenas found herself on the wrong side of the law after being accused of misappropriating funds from one of her clients in 2009. That same year, the General Legal Counsel, acting upon recommendation by its disciplinary committee, struck her from the role of attorneys allowed to do legal work in Jamaica. When her case came about before the Corporate Era Court in December 2009, her attorney, Terence Ballantyne, told Registered Magistrate Judy Pusey that his client was sick and the warrant was stayed. But when Horton Cardenas did not show for a mentioned date in another matter in St. Mary, 2 months later, a warrant was issued for her arrest. The stay on the first warrant was also lifted. The disgraced lawyer fled the country and stayed away even during her father's funeral in June 2012. It is still unclear what caused her death on April 28. She was 67. Crawford calls for greater community spirit. Member of Parliament for Manchester Central Rhoda Crawford is calling for greater community spirit following Labour Day activities in Manchester. Crawford, while lauding residents who participated in activities, said there is a shift from volunteerism by some people. I am realizing that quite a number of people who have opted to either use the day to rest or some have gone off on trips, so I want to appeal to constituents and Jamaica on the whole that we need to get back to our roots and build back the community spirit because projects and initiatives like these have everybody coming together, she said. Crawford spearheaded the repair of the Blue Mountain Community Center in her constituency, where 70 people volunteered. The community center has been in despair for many years, so we came and did debushing, painting and repairs of the roof. We also painted trees. The team from Heart NSDA Trust did some of the spot assessments and registered some young people to be enrolled in quite a number of the programs, she said. She said work will have to continue after Labor Day to complete the renovation of the community center. Heart NSDA Trust has decided that they are going to adapt the center and they're going to be doing some additional work after today and to use the center as a community site. I am very impressed with the turnout of the community and the team from Heart and STA Trust. We had more than 70 people on that location volunteering, she said. She said other projects were done across the constituency. Lone gunman shoots man, engages passing cop in shootout in Kingston. A lone gunman shot and injured a man along Michael Manny Boulevard in the vicinity of Carter in Kingston 2 on Monday, then engaged a passing cop in a daring shootout before escaping in nearby bushes. The incident happened about 1:05 p.m., police reported. Reports are that a cop driving a coaster bus traveling in a westerly direction along Michael Manny Boulevard observed a man lying on the ground along the roadway while a man was shooting at him. The cop alighted from the bus, identified himself, and the gunman immediately opened fire in his direction. Forced to take evasive action, the cop then returned fire, an action which allowed the injured man to crawl towards the bus. The gunman sprinted towards nearby bushes while still shooting at the cop and managed to escape into the Doncaster community, according to police reports. The injured man was assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital by the police. The suspect, who was reportedly injured during the shooting, left a trail of blood in the community. The police later recovered a red shirt from a premises which they believe the suspect had been wearing at the time of the attack. The police are actively seeking this suspect. CCTV footage lands man behind bar in Trelawney. Closed-circuit television CCTV footage has led to the arrest and charge of a 30-year-old man who was allegedly caught stealing several items from a bar on Bay Road in Wakefield, Trelawney on Thursday, February 2nd. Charged is Sheldon Lawrence of Moortown, Adelphi in St. James. Reports are that about 10:30 p.m., Lawrence, along with other perpetrators, broke into the bar and stole several items. Among the list of items stolen were a 32-inch television, a soundbox, alcoholic beverages, and $20,000 in cash. The items are valued at more than $200,000. A report was made to the police, and Lawrence was subsequently arrested following a review of the footage and statement collected. Investigators are continuing in its effort to nab the other suspects involved. Police making headways in St. James, 2 double murders on the SOE, stated Chang. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang says the police are making headway in their investigations in connection with the 2 double murders that occurred in St. James after the state of public emergency SOE had been declared in the parish. The SOE was declared on Tuesday. A day later, there was a double murder in Bogue Village. Then on Saturday, there was another on Harbour Street in downtown Montego Bay. In an interview to reporters on Tuesday, Dr. Chang noted that the police have made progress in their investigations in connection with the incidents that have contributed to the parish's inevitable crime statistics. They picked up one of the double down there, downtown Montego Bay, and they are tracking down the others for the one out by Bogue Village, he revealed. The police are pursuing it, I can tell you, he stressed. He explained that closed-circuit television cameras CCTV played a role in identifying the suspects. Several cameras caught them around there, he stated. He also lamented what has seemed to become a regular feature now in terms of homicides, where at least 2 individuals have been killed in the last few incidents. Double murder is always worrying, and we have to track the roots of it. Part of it is that criminals are getting shy of sticking around, so they shoot wildly and try to escape, he explained. During the last few weeks leading up to the implementation of the SOE, there have been at least 4 different occasions where 2 or more individuals have been killed in an incident. Ratty gun down in Greater Portmore. The police are probing a gun attack which claimed the life of a man in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine on Tuesday. The deceased is 30-year-old Kevin Burke, otherwise called Ratty. The police say sometime after 4 p.m., Mr. Burke was sitting under a mango tree when he was approached by a man armed with a handgun who shot him. The police were called and Mr. Burke was seen face down in a pool of blood. 3 cartridge casing and a blood sample were recovered as exhibits. Returning residents urged to utilize Jamaica Business Gateway. Returning residents who are interested in starting a business are being encouraged to utilize the recently launched Jamaica Business Gateway for assistance. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce Auburn Hill, who gave the advice, said the electronic platform will assist persons to overcome obstacles associated with business development. Please go to the Jamaica Business Gateway or come to the ministry. We have 20 agencies that will help you to get settled. The Jamaica Business Ministry is here to help you, he said. Hill was responding to questions from members of the public during the Love 101 radio segment, Good Morning Minister, on May 17. Hill said the platform is one of these mechanisms being used to facilitate ease of starting a business, providing entities with the information and resources needed. Through the platform, persons can register local and overseas companies, individuals and firms that are carrying out on business in Jamaica, acquire a clearance letter, which is a prerequisite for obtaining a tax compliance certificate, acquire the TCC, tax registration number, and a general consumption tax certificate. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.